But I believe that if you truly want to understand someone, you've got to face them.
I agree.
And you've got to face, does this make me feel uncomfortable? What is it about them that's making me feel uncomfortable? Or, why am I struggling to resonate with this person? Why am I struggling to look at this person in the eyes and really feel them in this specific way? And if I want to be more comprehensive, I can't just listen to their words. I have to listen to what they're not saying. And if I'm looking off here and just kind of answering questions or talking, my energy isn't connected to your heart. It's out this way and my head is looking at you, but not my heart facing and embodying all of you. And I think energy doesn't lie. But if you're out here, you can hide a little bit. Doesn't mean you can't have a great conversation.
Actually, absolutely, yes.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, I wanted to force myself to be like, okay, let me embrace all of this. If I'm nervous, if I'm excited or whatever, like, let me feel it and then lean into it.
That's really good, man. It works when I work with the young boys in the cave of Adullam. I always say, look at me here, I'm talking, because they want to break contact.
Of course.
I know, stare here, look at me, so you can not only hear my words, but see the sincerity in my eyes, that I love you. It's just a little tough right now, but we're going to work through this.
Yeah.
It breaks them down, man. And even especially with men, and Nicole and I, my wife, we'll lay in bed and she'll say, hey, I need to connect with you. And what that means is that we stare into each other's eyes at least for like 3 minutes.
Is it harder for you to stare into a man's eyes or your wife's eyes?
That's a really good question. I'll be transparent with you. With men, it's not an issue because I've been doing it for 20 years, working with boys and men. Well, my wife, she'll often say, why are you looking off? Look at me in my eyes. Because I have the exercise in there, and I tell men, you may need to break eye contact for a moment because it can get intense.
Of course.
But reset back. And the reason it is because just some unresolved hurt years ago. Same thing with her. We're processing and still growing. And then to move past that and say, no, I'm right here. Or I know I may tear up because of how much I love her, and so I break off. I don't want to dive deep right now. And so to give her all of my heart, that's deep for me. Like, if I'm locking into you like this, and I'm staying there, and now, because you were smiling at first, then eventually the smile goes and you're really into deep communication. And then now the heart's open.
It's almost like your wife does to you what you do to young men.
Exactly. That's funny. She'll say, why are you, like, she'll kiss me. Now, this is funny. She'll say, give me a hug. She'll go to kiss me. This is what I do, seriously, sometimes. So she's right here, I do this. I look off. And she says, why do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's easy. Yeah, it's still uncomfortable.
I'm still unlearning
of course.
what I've been, living from for so many years. And that's why I tell men, stop thinking it's a master level in manhood. It's not. You have to keep evolving. And so I've gotten better.
You know what's also interesting, probably, if she stopped asking you, why do you do that? Or why don't you look at me more? I bet if she stopped kind of like pressuring you in that way, you might feel more comfortable to do it also at some point.
Or I may not do it.
It's true. But if she stops doing it, you might say, oh, she accepts me for who I am.
That's possible.
Let me lean into it now. I feel more accepted.
I'm going to tell her to watch what
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
And then maybe in like 6 months, if you're not like new, she can reflect and bring it back. But almost when Martha, I think Martha's really smart in how she approaches me in certain things. Because I don't know, nothing comes off the top of my mind, but I'm sure I do stuff like that in my life with her. I'm not like this perfect man with her, you know?
Absolutely.
She does a really great job. I don't know how she learned this, but I'm like, God, she's got like a whole nother level of psychology inside of her, because she'll know that maybe I'm resistant to something energetically, or she's got the intuition around it.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just accept me. And maybe she'll mention a few times, I'm like, I don't like that, or whatever it is. And then she'll stop pressuring or pushing. And she'll kind of let it go and just love and accept me for who I am. Mm-hmm. All my inefficiencies and deficiencies, whatever it is. And I'm like, I appreciate that she's not doing this to me so that I want to give it to her.
Yes,
You know, it's like
yes.
I'm more open to wanting to try whatever that thing is. I'm not going to come to mind, but
It's interesting because Nicole is very understanding. We wouldn't have been married 26 years
yeah,
if she hadn't accepted some of my ways. Like,
of course.
I'm an introvert who extroverts well. Okay, that's me, wholeheartedly. Like concerts, any of that, I'd rather be doing nothing at home.
Yeah, just relax.
So she does a great job at that. It's me just, again, what you asked about the attribute of the comprehensive man, or the characteristic that I have the most trouble exuding, is that gentleman attribute, a characteristic, and really just allowing that part of my heart to open more to her. And that's my next, something else I will have victory over. So
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
That's great, man.
definitely. Yeah. I love being transparent because I don't want men to think like, well, he's arrived. Like, no, my brother, it's constant evolving, constant.
It's a journey.
Work, and my wife and I call marriage a beautiful struggle. And because it is, in far as like with weight training or any type of conditioning to get your body where you want it to go. It's the same way with your mind as well, and your heart. Do the heart work. You know, it's hard work, but it's worth it. You know, to have a beautiful relationship with my wife where now arguments are, I don't want to say a thing of the past because anything could happen in a moment, but where we hold on to it longer than the day, those days are over.
Did you used to argue a lot in the beginning of your marriage?
Oh my God, her father was like, look, why don't you two just break up? Like, that was like, please break up.
Like fighting all the time.
Always arguing. I mean, if I draw a line, she would step over it and vice versa. That was our relationship.
What is it when you see married couples fighting, yelling, arguing, holding on to these arguments for long periods of times? What are they saying to you? What is it that they're doing or not doing, or they need to step into in order to evolve? And when people say, well, every marriage has arguments and all healthy marriages fight. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's not true, because we used to fight and argue a lot, and now we don't. What helps us in communication, I'll use our relationship for an example, is if there's some discord or, some dissension between Nicole and I, and just say an argument ensues, our voices raised. I don't look at Nicole, the woman who was in front of me. I look at the young girl because I know my wife. I know the years when she didn't feel good enough and the wounds of the fear of losing everything. I look at that little girl. So oftentimes I tell my friends' wives as well, that's not the 50-year-old man that's talking. That's the 8-year-old when his father wasn't there. That's the 8-year-old when his mother was overprotective. Mm-hmm. And so that's what helps me lock my heart into Nicole in those moments. I said, I know why she's responding this way.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.